Howdy peeps and peoples, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. Today, what I'm working on, we've vlogged up till the end of last year, 2022, and this year so far, it's almost February, and we ain't even turned a tire out in the woods. Well, we finished up the job, Robin and them did, and Derek and them, without me. I wasn't involved, but we finished up that job. We do have a little bit of finishing to do in the spring when the dirt gets better because of the fact the job didn't go together right because we got all the rain. And it kind of screwed us over, but it's close in the neighborhood and it won't be hard for us to go do the finishing touches. Anyways, let's get to the point. Since then, we've been hammering stuff out the mill. All the guys in the woods come back. We've been working in the shops, doing things, and my Lord, I've been working on stuff in the mill with the guys at the mill, learning things, doing things, fixing things, changing things. And I've got into this. A sawmill, out of the sawmill, the upper top sawmill, you got two guys that really gets hit hard on the upper and up in the top of the sawmill, the main milling section of the mill. And that's your edger man and your straighten up man coming off the resaw. Both of their jobs could be made a considerable amount. 80% of their pain in the butt of their job can be knocked out by sending the boards to them from the saws weighing up. Now, those of you that's not familiar, as you saw a round tree into a square cant, the edges of the boards has this curve on it, and this curve is unsound wood. It's got to be cut off. It's not good stuff, so it's not marketable stuff unless you're into some kind of specialty thing, live edge, specialty tabletops or something like that. So it needs to be straight. That's what you're selling. To the lumber rules up to a certain point. You know, there's some things there that kind of finagle on that a little bit. But for the most part, the edger man, to knock the edges off, that's his job, to knock the wane off, or to a certain point. Now, he can make his job he can make his decisions a lot better on his machine when he gets them with the round side facing up, because that's what he can see in our application. Now, when you saw a board off of a cant, the first thing it wants to do is hit, and because of the way the wane's shaped, the board wants to fall over upside down. So we got a remedy on the head saw and worked it over. I'll show y'all as soon as I can there when I get a chance. But it turned out great. So coming from the head saw side, it's doing great. But the majority of your waney boards actually comes from the resaw side. So the main fix needs to happen at the resaw. The head saw was easy. I think I did a little finagling there. It didn't take a couple hours, and then boom, it works great. But the resaw side, I am stuck on it. I want you all to watch this. I got to playing with the broomstick as the saw was sawing to kind of give y'all an idea of what I think has to be there of some sort. But I cannot, for the life of me, figure out what simple thing needs to go there. Something simple. It can be solved with something simple, but I do not know what that is. So here we go. Check it out. Please, anybody with an engineering brain in there, with a little bit of imagination in your mind, hit me up in the comments down below. I'll read them. I'll try to get back with you on this video. Everybody with the comments on this video, I'll try to get back with y'all. I know I'm terrible at comments because I'm busy bee, but I'll try to get back to y'all with this and to let, because if you all's going to put in, I'm going to try to put in back to y'all. Thank y'all. Hope you enjoy this, and hope there's some kind of miracle person out there to help me out a little bit. Here we go. Alright, so here we are on the outfeed side of the resaw. Come on. And over there, the guy under the canopy over there to the left, that's Hartwig. That's Roger's son. and Harwick's run to Turner. And what they do is these cants kind of run around a merry-go-round as they saw them down. This is long red oak we're sawing. It's heavy wood. Red oaks, I always call these big red oak we get into, I call that the sawmill buster. That son of a buck. Red oak saws good, and you can saw a pretty good clip, so it ends up going around the turnarounds and everything a little faster and more bangy, and it's real heavy. It's medium density wood, weighs a lot. And that's when, if you're going to screw up a chain or something like that, it's going to break on red oak usually when the sawmill breaks. You get poplar, maple, and ash and stuff like that. Even hickory. If you saw a hickory, hickory's real hard, but saw's slower. So and then hickory trees are smaller on average. Red oak's just a big hunk of wood that weighs a lot and can saw fast. So, but anyways, getting to the reason for the season here. You can see how I'm taking this broomstick here and holding it up here. This is how I want him to fall, just like it fell right there. That's how I want him to fall. And me and Timmy's playing with him. But you see how it's pushing on them and he's falling down right. But that's how they're supposed to fall. Now, if they fall, when you saw a board off the side of a log, it has a tendency to peel, to curl. The boards don't lay flat naturally. As you saw them, the stress is in the wood or whatever it is. I don't know what you call it, ain't no scientist. But the way they all come apart, like that board right there, they're in the hearts right now. That ain't a heart. Yeah, it's just thick stock we're sawing, some thick stock lumber. Oh, by golly, that's a lower grade. This is the time we saw on this, we just hemorrhaging money on red oak. I mean, it was, what in the hell? Okay, well, it's lower grade. I don't know. I don't think we're selling her 3 common. I don't know. Let me get off this flitch in the hearts. Let me get back here. You see these thick, that's what they're sending out now is pallet. That's going to be cut into pallet stock. So let me come back. Let me fast forward and jump through here. You can see how that stuff does. And let me come back in here when we get back to boards. I'll be right back. Now here, I jumped over here real quick. You can see how that board come off. See how it slid around. Now they got Pat and Mikey's working on some kind of that piece of belting hanging down there. Boards are hanging on. There's something we're working on. That's a trial thing in progress that Mikey and Pat's working on. But this is over on the head saw. This is where we're making our cans. I'll go back to resaw in a minute and get back on subject. But he's now when he saws the board off, it's got to go to edger man from this side too, because we'll have to edge the wane off the side of it. Now you can watch, see how that slab kind of opens up away from the log? That's how everything does when you peel them off the side of these trees. Now watch how they peel off. See how they peel off there? That's kind of a natural thing. And that's so when you drop something, not only do you got to flip it back over to see the wane to edge it, but you also got to flip it back over so it goes through the system properly without dragging. When you bow up, the board can transfer good down the roll case, the chain conveyors, everything else. But when you got it humped up and the ends are hanging down, then that's when it's going to drag belly on or drag the ends on a conveyor or something and not transfer properly. So for everything you can, for any reason you could pretty much think of, the son of a buck needs to go face up. It needs to fall face up. And then when they get down to the grader, he's looking at face up first, and he can flip it over and grade the other side, And but you can see how we got this fixed over at the head saw, and look how quick Pat's cycling. That's pretty neat. I like to watch that thing cycle. All right, let's get back over and get on subject. Grab the camera, Tater. Well, I guess Tater ain't gonna grab the camera. Boys, quit arguing! You're driving your daddy crazy. I'm trying to YouTube. These boys, they fight all the time anymore. All right. I don't know what's the matter with them. I'm going to have to at least sell one or two of them off. But you see how he's turning them. Now watch, they're flopping. That went right. Once in a while, they'll go right, but they just ain't. They need to go right. When one messes up, it needs to be an exception, not the rule. And right now, it's an exception when it goes right. Now, when it gets down low enough like this can, it'll probably fall right. Nope, it fell wrong. But the square edge ones tend to get a chance to fall right. See how they're, and all I'm doing is taking that broomstick and holding it to where it can't fall over my way. Now I get this big one, watch this big flat face. This son of a buck's probably gonna fall the wrong way. It's probably gonna overpower me. Nope, we got lucky there to got that. This one probably get me. Nope, that went okay. If we can get them, see, look how easy it does for Timmy. There's the wrong way. That son of a buck. I made a mess for Timmy. There you go, buddy. Timmy, friends like me, who needs enemies? All right, let's see what this one does. Yep, he's right, but that's the board. It just works so slick like. But the problem I have with, like, say, if a guy done it with a press roll or something, he'd be taking a chance on when you get your cant down small. You see that wrong way. Now look, see how it's dragging on the roll case, and Timmy has to flip it over and try to drag it off. But when not, watch out when they'll transfer by itself. See how they're doing? When they're weighing up, they transfer over just fine. But when they're weighing down, they drag on rollers because they're bow shaped. The bow is, when it's down, the ends of the boards drag on the roll case. But when it's bow up, they transfer way better. Watch this. This will probably overtake me. Nope, that did it good. See, look. He just put his hand on it and come right. Watch, this will probably overtake me. Now watch how much trouble. See, Timmy drags on the roll case. Timmy has to kind of drag it over. But if you can make it where they face up, see that, and transfer by itself. If you get them bow up now, they transfer by themselves good, and then the edger man ain't got to flip them. Timmy ain't got to flip them. Everything's just good. They just need to fall off the weighing up. But anyways, this is the reason for the season I'm wanting to ask y'all very nicely out there if anybody's got any ideas of something I could hold up there. See now that fence that the cants are riding on, that fence has got multiple settings. So it couldn't just be a piece of metal that sticks up there to hold it. It had to be something that can adjust one way or the other because that fence has got to be able to open up to, I think, 11 inches is what that fence can open up to. So you can't put nothing out there. So you can't have just something that sits out there where my broomstick is because it has to be able to move, you know, when it moves the fence. And then another thing is when they get down smaller, see, like I screwed that one up, but I'm going to screw another one up here in a minute. When they get smaller and I push on them like that, see, I pushed that one. I pushed the cant and all on the wrong side of the splitters. Hang on, Mikey. Mikey didn't see us. Whoa, Mikey. Whoa, driver. Whoa. See how it's bowed? Look at where Timmy's sitting there. See how the board's bowed the wrong way? I'll help him straighten up the mess because I made a daggone mess. But I don't know. I'm starting to kind of dream up a couple ideas, but I want to see what you all come up with. And the last way on that fence, on the they call it the line bar there. The last way over there, it's a rack and pinions. How that works is that there's a lineal positioner cylinder right there by the band on this side of the band. Okay, now sitting on top of that, there's a lineal positioner cylinder, and that moves the fence in and out. Now what keeps the fence straight is there's a gear rack there's pinion gear in that big long shaft that runs all the way across, headed to the left of the screen there. And on top of that is a gear rack. 1, 2, 3 racks. And them racks are held down tight against that gear, so that fence stays on and don't get wallycocked. It stays on power there. So when that cylinder pushes in or out, that whole fence goes in or out as a unit, which is a really good setup. It's McDonough, Resaw. McDonough's good. It's a good setup. But, you know, you can tell everything's a shaking a bit. The Red Oak's a heavy chunk of wood, so it's a shaking things a bit. It's some pretty big, heavy stuff this thing's sawing right now. At a pretty good clip. I lost my chain of thought. But anyways, that's hooked to the PLC back in the cab for your presets and all that stuff, you know, which I just had a fart. Thought hit crossways here. But anyways, whatever person put there, it'd have to be able to move that PLC or something. I don't know. I just want to see what you all come up with. But I'm going to get off here. I'm done. I'm tired of talking. Just let y'all watch it a bit and think. But I hope y'all like this, and I hope I didn't. It ain't your normal Logger Wade video, because right now Logger Wade's like Uncle Sam. He needs you. Logger Wade wants you, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I love you guys. Thanks a lot, guys. Everybody have a good one later on. All right, I lied. I can't shut up long enough. Okay, look at this here's on the end feed end here. And you can see the squared off cants that's going around the merry-go-round, sawing down. And you can see some defects in that Red Oak. He's flitching all them. It's going to be, he's cutting pallet right now. And the Red Oak, I don't think we're selling the 3 common. I think this is back at the bottom of the markets. I mean, it's been a bloodbath here lately, but it is what it is. No complaints. Happy to be sawmilling anyways. But you look at the row case where Hartwick's at. You're staring straight down at Hartwick over there, and as he drops him, he's flipping him, putting the right face up or whatever, and then when he brings it down, when he gets right about there, when he gets this last section, the row case is spinning slower, and it starts slowing that cant down ahead of time before it transfers. And you wouldn't believe the things that helped when we finally done that, as far as keeping a mess. Now, Red Oak slides farther than any other species we saw, really, that I'm familiar with. I'm not the head sawinist. I'm not the sawmillingest son of a buck ever was, you know, so I could be wrong on things. And we got them rub rails, them yellow rub rails. We got them around on these decks. And them yellow rub rails keeps things from getting out of bounds. Things tend to get out of bounds if you don't have rub rails and stuff on this resaw system. It's a kind of a rough and tumble system. So you can, and it all works off PLC and photo eyes. And photo eyes get them Allen Bradley photo eyes. They get a little dirt on them and stuff, and little contaminants on them, and they malfunction just a little bit. And I don't know if there's a different kind of photo eye I need to go into, which the photo eye system, this is an older PLC, and the photo eye system and stuff, it's all 110 or 120 or, you know, volt AC, so it ain't like you can go with a different style of eye that's 12 volt or 24 volt DC, you know, it ain't gonna work with the system. So I really ain't found nothing that I thought worked properly with our existing system good enough to actually bite the bullet and change out the photo eyes for a different kind, because especially in wet wood, man, if you're running photocells in wet wood, man, it's wet wood seems to be a pain in the butt. Boys, I'm gonna come over and take one of you out. It's gonna be Jackson. Jackson, you say goodbye to your brothers. It's been a good life, but it's about to end, boy. Daddy's gonna have to take you out. If he comes up missing, y'all never hurt nothing. But anyways, he's sawing them flitches down there, aggravating to get stood up and get run through right and all that mess. So, but I've got 1,000 thoughts going through my head right now. I can't hardly talk. I'm just thinking of things and trying not to beat my children. I think they need beat. I think they're good beat. These are real good beating children. Real good beating kids, I tell you. All right, guys, and then here they're switching back over, going back to grade. Hartwick's pulling a grade back out, and Mikey will throw a few cants on from the head saw side too, probably. So, but that's how they do her. And he's throwing the face to cut. You see Hartwick, he's flipping him over there, and he's throwing the face to cut towards the fence there. You kind of, you know, sort of box your heart, and you saw your best face. You keep putting your best face out towards the fence until you run out of grade. And that's how we kind of see her. Mikey's bringing a few in from the head saw. Just interesting. There's so many things going through my head right now. I'm watching this, and I'm kind of glad making this video anyways, because I'm picking up a few things. I think I'm gonna write down some notes here. But anyways, guys, hit me up there and tell me what you all think of things. And I'll try to be good on these comments in this video and make sure and get back with y'all and not miss them like I normally have been, to try to see, you know, try to let y'all know, get feedback from you all's input too. But thanks a lot, guys. I hope everybody likes this. Have a good one later on. Breaker broker, come on in there, leave me a little comment, a little bit of thumbs up there. Kaboot.